Welcome back to the channel, guys. If you're new here, stick around, because today's topic might just save you from a ton of wasted time, energy, and some serious heartbreak. Let's get real for a second. Women don't always say what they mean, but trust me, they always mean what they say. And if you're not paying close attention, you could be walking straight into a trap, one you won't see coming till it's too late. I'm not talking petty little arguments or quirky differences here. These are red flags, massive ones, the kind that should have sirens blaring in your head, screaming, "Get out now, man." Too many guys, good dudes, ignore these warnings. They think, maybe she didn't mean it, or I can change her mind. Been there, fellas. I've made that mistake myself, and it cost me. If she says these things, it's not random. It's a window into her head, how she thinks, how she sees relationships, and most importantly, how she views you. Dating today, it's a damn minefield, and the worst move you can make is sinking your time, your emotions, into someone who doesn't respect you. You don't want to wake up months or years later realizing you've been chasing a ghost who was never worth it. That's why this video's a game changer. I'm breaking down 5 phrases, just 5, that if they slip out of her mouth, should have you rethinking everything. Her words? They're a map to her mindset, and that mindset dictates how she'll treat you. This isn't about bashing anybody. It's about protecting yourself, keeping your head straight. Too many men stay in toxic messes because they miss the signs early. Not you, not today. If you're ready to avoid the stress, the pain, and the regret, keep watching. I'm handing you the playbook. 5 things she might say that mean it's time to walk away fast. Let's dive in, boys. This is gonna hit hard. Number 1, we don't need to define this. Fellas, let's kick this off with a big one, and trust me, it's a sneaky killer. We don't need to define this. If a woman says this to you, especially after you've been hanging out for a while, weeks, months, whatever, it's not just her being laid back or cool. It's a loud, clear message blasting through the static. You're an option, not my priority. And if you don't catch it quick, you're setting yourself up for a whirlwind of confusion, frustration, and a whole lot of wasted time that'll leave you scratching your head, wondering where it all went wrong. Let's paint the picture. You've been seeing her for a bit, say 2 or 3 months. You're texting all day, grabbing burgers on Friday nights, maybe crashing on her couch watching some dumb reality show. Things feel good, right? Like it's building to something real. So you step up, ask the question every guy's scared to ask. Hey, what are we? Where's this going? She looks at you, shrugs, and says, we don't need to define this. Just keep it chill. Enjoy the ride. You might think, okay, she's not into labels. No big deal. Wrong, man. There's a huge difference between taking things slow and refusing to ever pin it down. And she just jumped that gap with both feet. I've seen this play out, and it's ugly. My buddy Jake, he's a stand-up guy, works construction, heart of gold, was with this girl for 6 months. They'd do all the couple stuff, dates, movie nights, even met each other's friends. He'd ask her, are we official? What's the deal? Every time, she'd hit him with, we don't need to define it. Let's just see where it goes. He figured she'd warm up to it. Kept being the best damn not boyfriend he could. Big mistake. Turns out, she was still on dating apps, still meeting other dudes for coffee, keeping Jake in her back pocket while she fished for something else. He was all in, planning weekends, buying her little gifts while she was half out, enjoying the perks without the promise. When she finally dumped him for some guy she met at a bar, Jake was crushed. 6 months down the drain, beating himself up for not seeing it sooner. Here's the truth. Straight up, when a woman's really into you, she wants to define it. She's not cool with leaving you out there, undefined, for some other chick to swoop in and claim. She wants you locked down, hers, no question. If she's dodging that "what are we" talk after a decent stretch, say, a couple months, she's not confused. Fellas, she's keeping her options open. She gets all the good stuff, your time, your attention, your late night "you okay?" texts without any responsibility. She's living free, no strings, while you're over here, getting attached, maybe even picturing a future with her. That's the trap. You're investing. She's coasting. I've been there myself, learned it the hard way. Dated this girl, Sarah, for 4 months. Thought we had something solid. Dinners, deep talks, her crashing at my place. I asked one night, "So, are we a couple?" She goes, "We don't need to define this. It's fine like this." I swallowed it, thought, she needs time. I'll prove I'm worth it. Dumb move. Kept at it, bringing her coffee, planning dates while she was out there, flirting with other guys, keeping me as her safety net. 4 months in, she bails. Met someone better at a party. I was gutted. Felt like a fool for not clocking it. That no define line, it was her keeping me on a leash, not a relationship. And here's where it gets messy. The longer you stay in that vague zone, the deeper you fall. You're pouring in emotionally, mentally, while she's skating by, no risk. Every date, every text, every laugh ties you tighter, builds your hopes higher. Meanwhile, she's got zero stakes, can walk away anytime, no guilt, no mess. Then bam, she's gone, and you're left staring at your phone, replaying it all, asking, what the hell? I've watched buddies cry over this. Good men, torn up, when the clue was right there from Jump Street. So why's she doing it? Maybe she's fresh off a breakup, not ready, but still wants the perks. Maybe she's a player, loves the game, hates the chain. Or, and this stings, she likes you, but not enough to commit. You're the for now guy, the placeholder till her real prince rolls up. Doesn't matter why. The outcome's the same. You're stuck, giving your all, getting scraps back. That's a lousy deal. Man, no one should be the backup plan. What do? Don't just let it slide, act. Sit her down, say, look, I'm not here for casual, I want something real. Where you at? Be straight, no fluff. If she dodges, mumbles about keeping it loose, give her a shot, maybe a week, to show she's serious. Still vague? Walk away. Bro, clean break. Head high. You're not her maybe dude while she hunts for the jackpot. Think about it. Would you take a job with no title, no pay, just vibes? Hell no. You'd demand your worth. Same here. You deserve a girlfriend, not a question mark. A woman who's for real won't leave you guessing. She'll lock you in before someone else does. Don't settle for undefined. You're too good for that limbo crap. Drop a comment, say, I choose my worth. Let me see you owning it. Hit subscribe if this hits. More truths coming your way. Number 2, take me as I am. All right, fellas, let's move to number 2. And this one's a real curveball. Take me as I am. When a woman says this, it might sound like confidence, like she's standing tall, owning who she is. And at first, you might think, hey, that's cool. She knows her worth. But hold up, man, pump the brakes. If she's throwing this out there as a way to dodge accountability or shut down any chance of working on herself, it's a red flag waving right in your face. What she's really saying is, I'm not changing, period. You just gotta deal with it. And trust me, that's a one-way ticket to a whole lot of frustration if you stick around. Let's break it down like we're sitting at the bar, just you and me. Imagine you've been with her a few months. Things are rolling, dates, laughs, good vibes. But then you notice something off, like she's always late, or she snaps at you over nothing. You bring it up, real gentle, like, "Hey, babe, it kinda bugs me when you're an hour late to dinner." And she hits you with, "Take me as I am." No apology, no "I'll try harder," just that line, like it's a mic drop. You might think, okay, she's just being real, I can roll with it. But here's the deal. There's a massive difference between confidence and straight up refusing to grow. And this ain't confidence. It's a wall she's putting up. I've seen this wreck, dudes. My buddy Mike, he's a chill guy, works in sales, always got your back. Dated this girl who pulled this all the time. She'd show up late to everything, 30 minutes, 45, sometimes an hour. He'd be sitting there, food cold, texting. "You close?" She'd roll in, shrug, and go, "That's just how I am. Mike, take it or leave it." He'd try to talk it out. "Hey, it feels disrespectful." And she'd fire back, "This is me. Deal with it." No effort, no compromise. And it wasn't just the tardiness. Over time, she'd flake on plans, blow up over tiny stuff like him picking the wrong takeout. And every time he'd say something, "Remember, take me as I am," Mike was bending over backwards, rushing to adjust, keeping quiet, while she didn't budge an inch. He was wiped out. Man felt like he was the one who had to fix everything. Here's the raw truth. Relationships, good ones, need both people to evolve. Nobody's perfect, right? I'm a mess sometimes, forget to call back, leave socks everywhere. You've got your quirks too, we're human. But when she says, "Take me as I am," like it's a free pass to never improve, never meet you halfway, that's trouble. It's her telling you, my way or the highway, your feelings don't matter. Imagine it's bigger stuff. She's got a temper, lashes out when you're 5 minutes late, or clams up when you fight. You say, "Hey, can we work on this?" And she goes, "That's just me, take it." Where does that leave you? Stuck. Bro, either you swallow it, shut up, and adjust, or you're the jerk for wanting a little effort back. I've been there myself, learned it the tough way. Dated this girl, Lauren, for a few months. She'd cancel plans last minute. No heads up, just a text, not feeling it. Happened too many times, drove me nuts. I'd say, "Yo, this kinda sucks for me," hoping she'd get it. Her response? "I'm spontaneous. It's who I am. Take it or leave it." Cool, but what about my time? I stuck around, thinking she'd see my side eventually. Nope, she kept bailing, kept brushing me off with that line, and I was the one feeling like a nag for asking her to show up. Hit me one day, she wasn't growing with me. She wanted me to shrink for her. I was done, walked away, head clear. Don't get me wrong, confidence is sexy as hell. A woman who knows her strengths, owns her vibe, love that, but take me as I am, as an excuse to dodge responsibility. That's a hard no. Man, real love's about teamwork. Both of you tweaking things, sanding down the rough edges, making it better together. If she's planting her flag on, "This is me," deal with it. Yan won't budge, even when her habits mess you up. She's not building a relationship. She's building a solo act, and you're just the audience. So, what do you do when she says it? Don't just nod and take it. Dig in. If it's a one-time thing, maybe she's having a rough day. Cut her some slack. But if it's her go-to move every time you've got a legit gripe, like her yelling over nothing or ditching you constantly, test it out. Man, sit her down. Say, Hey, I get you're you, but this bugs me. Can we figure it out together? Watch her reaction. If she doubles down, that's just me. Accept it. And won't even try. That's your sign. Bro, she's not in it for us. She's in it for her. Walk away, head high, no regrets. You need a woman who says, I'm not perfect, but I'll work on it with you. Not suck it up. This is all you get. Tell me in the comments. Fellas, say, I rise above. Let me see you stepping up, owning your worth. And if this is hitting you right, hit that subscribe button. We're keeping this real. No BSy, just straight talk. Number 3, you're lucky to have me. All right, fellas, let's roll into number 3. And this one's a slick little devil. You're lucky to have me. When you hear this, it might hit you like confidence at first, like she's got swagger, knows she's a catch. And hey, a woman with some fire in her step. That's hot, no question. But hold up. Man, let's peel this back. If she's dropping this line too often, or using it to put you in your place, it's not just pride talking. It's a red flag flashing bright, saying, I'm the prize here, and you better bow down. That's not a vibe you want to roll with long term. It's a setup for some serious imbalance. Picture this. We're kicking it over a beer, just chopping it up. You've been with her a while. Things are smooth. You're vibing. Maybe you're out grabbing wings, cracking jokes, and she tosses out, you're lucky to have me. You know, you chuckle. Sounds playful, right? But then it keeps coming, like a drum beat. Not many guys could handle me, you're lucky. You'd be lost without me. Babe, it stops feeling fun, starts feeling heavy. She's not just hyping herself up. She's framing it like you're some dude who hit the jackpot, while she's the golden trophy. That's not how it's supposed to work. Man, a relationship's a team sport, not a solo victory lap. I've seen this one throw guys off their game. My buddy Tony, he's a mechanic. Chill as hell, always got a grin. Dated this girl who loved this line. She was sharp, pretty, the kind who turns heads. Early on, she'd say, you're lucky to have me, and he'd laugh. Yeah, you're a handful, but it didn't stay cute. Every time they'd argue, say, over her ditching plans, she'd lean on it. You're lucky I even stick around. Tony started feeling it, like he had to prove himself just to keep her happy. He'd go out of his way, fix her car for free, drop everything when she called, while she barely blinked to meet him halfway. It wore him down. Man, he went from laid-back Tony to stressed-out Tony, always chasing her approval. Here's the deal. A solid relationship isn't one person shining while the other grovels. It's mutual. You bring your A game, she brings hers, and you both feel damn good about it. When she's stuck on you're lucky, it's like she's saying she's above you, better than you. Sure, confidence is great. Who doesn't love a woman who knows her value? But there's a line, fellas, a big one, between I'm worth it and you're beneath me. If she's constantly reminding you how lucky you are, but never flips it, like she's grateful for you too, that's a power move, not a partnership. I've been there, caught this one myself. Dated a girl, Jess, who had it all, smart, funny, killer style. First date, she goes, you're lucky I said yes to this. I laughed, thought it was sass, but it kept coming. You're lucky I'm here. Most guys wouldn't get a shot. After a while, it wasn't funny, it was exhausting. I'd plan a nice night, say, dinner and a movie, and she'd act like she was doing me a favor by showing up. Never once did she say, hey, I'm glad you're around. Hit me during a fight. She messed up. Forgot my birthday. And when I called it out, she goes, you're lucky I'm still with you. That's when it clicked. She saw me as some scrub begging for her time, not an equal. I was out. Couldn't keep playing that game. And that's the trap. Man, if she's got that mindset, it screws everything up. Say you've got a rough day, need her to listen, be there. She brushes it off. I'm here, aren't I? Be grateful. No real support. Why would she bother? In her head, she's the star, you're the fan. Or maybe you argue, she's late again. You're pissed, and instead of owning it, she flips it. You're lucky I even showed. You're left apologizing, even when you're right, because she's got you thinking you're the one who's got to earn her. That's not love. Bro, that's a throne she's sitting on, and you're the servant. Look, I get it. A woman who knows her worth is a turn-on. You want that? She should feel good about herself. But if she's using it to keep you small, to make you feel like you're always auditioning, that's a problem. A real partner doesn't need to flex. You're lucky. She shows it. Treats you like you're a catch too. She appreciates your effort, your jokes, your hustle, just like you appreciate hers. That's the sweet spot. Two people building something, not one lording over the other. So, what do you do when she says it? Don't just shrug. Watch her close. If it's a one-off, maybe she's joking. Let it slide. But if it's her anthem, every fight, every favor, you're lucky. Test it out. Next time, grin and say, hey, we're both pretty lucky, right? See how she reacts. If she shuts that down, smirks like you're crazy, or doubles up, no, you're the lucky one. She's not sharing the spotlight. Check her actions too. Does she lift you up? Or just expect you to kiss the ring? If it's all about her shine, walk away. Man, you're a king. Not her hype guy, not her doormat. Drop a comment below, say, I own my value. Let me see you standing tall. Fellas, and if this is hitting you where it counts, hit that subscribe. We're keeping it real. No fluff, just the good stuff. Number 4, all my exes were the problem. All right, fellas, let's jump into number 4, and this one's a real head-scratcher. All my exes were the problem. When a woman says this, it might sound like she's just had a rough go. Bad luck with a string of rotten guys. She's unloading the tales. This ex was a cheater. That one was a jerk. The other was a total mess. You're sitting there, nodding, thinking, damn, she's been through it, poor thing. But hold on, man, slam the brakes and take a hard look. If every single ex was the problem, and she's never even a tiny bit at fault, that's not just bad luck. That's a pattern, a big, ugly red flag waving right in front of you, and you better not sleep on it. Imagine we're chilling on the couch, just you and me, breaking this down. You've been seeing her a while. Things are clicking. She's cool, funny, maybe even sweet. Then one night, over pizza, she starts spilling about her past. My first ex? Total liar. The next? Crazy jealous. The last one? Immature as hell. You're feeling bad for her, right? Like she's been dealt a lousy hand by a bunch of losers. But then it hits you. She's got nothing but blame. Not a shred of, maybe I messed up too. And that's where the alarm bells start ringing. Man. Because relationships aren't one-player games. They take two, and if she's painting herself as the saint every time, something's off. I've seen this one trip guys up. Good dudes who didn't see the crash coming. My pal Chris, he's a teacher. Smart guy, loves a good laugh. Fell for a girl who ran this script hard. She'd go on about her exes. This one was controlling. That one cheated. The other ghosted me. Sounded brutal. Chris bought it hook, line, and sinker. He'd listen, nodding, thinking, she just needs a solid guy like me. But a few months in, the cracks showed. She'd pick fights over nonsense, like him grading papers late. And when he'd call her out, she'd flip it. "You're just like my exes, always blaming me." Never once did she own a single thing. Every blowout was his fault. Every issue was him not getting her. 6 months later, they split, and guess what? He's now toxic ex number 4 in her story. Same old song, new verse. Here's the cold truth, fellas. Nobody's perfect, not me, not you, not her. Relationships are messy. Both sides screw up sometimes. I've had my flops. Dated a girl once. Argued too much? Didn't listen enough. That's on me. I learned from it. But if she's saying every ex was the bad guy, liars, cheaters, crazies, and she's spotless, that's not reality. Man, that's denial. Either she's picking the worst dudes on repeat, which says her judgment's shot, or she's the one stirring the pot and won't admit it. Either way, you're stepping into a minefield. And if you're not careful, you'll be the next problem ex she's trashing to some other guy. I got caught in this once, almost didn't make it out. Dated a girl, Nikki, who had a whole saga about her exes. He was a cheater. He was a slob. You name it. She had a villain. I felt for her, thought, she's been hurt. I'll be different. Then I saw the real deal. She'd blow up over tiny stuff, like me grabbing a beer with a buddy, saying I didn't care. I'd try to talk it out. "Hey, what's up?" And she'd dodge. "You're acting like my exes, always on me." Never owned her part, her yelling, her sulking. Took me 4 months to realize she wasn't just unlucky, she was the chaos, blaming everyone else. When we broke up, I was the jerk who let her down. Same script, new cast. That's the danger. Man, if she can't see her own flaws, she's not growing. Relationships teach you stuff. How to argue better. Listen more. Pick smarter. But if she's stuck on, "They were all awful," she's not learning squat. Maybe she's drawn to drama, keeps dating train wrecks because it feeds her story. Or maybe she's the spark, starts fights, pushes buttons, then points the finger when it blows up. Doesn't matter. You're next in line. You'll try to be the good guy, fix it all. But when it falls apart, and it will, she'll slap that problem X label on you faster than you can blink. So, what do? Don't just eat the sob story. Dig in. Next time she unloads about her exes, ask, "What happened there?" Keep it chill, just listen. If it's all blame, he was this, he was that, with no "I could have done better," and that's your cue. She's not reflecting. Man, she's rewriting history. A real woman owns her past, says, "Yeah, he was a dick, but I stayed too long, I learned." That's growth. That's maturity. If she's blind to her role, she'll repeat it with you. Same fights, same fallout, same finger-pointing. Don't play the hero. Fellas, you can't save her from herself. Walk away before you're the next name on her hit list. Drop a comment, say, "I grow stronger." Show me you're leveling up. Man, and if this is ringing true, hit that subscribe. We're keeping it straight. No chaser. Number 5. If you loved me, you would. All right, fellas, we're at the last one, and this one's a heavy hitter. If you loved me, you would. Man, this phrase is a straight-up gut punch. It sounds like passion, like she's pouring her heart out. But don't fall for it, bro. This isn't love talking. It's a trap. When she says this, she's not asking for your heart. She's grabbing it, twisting it, and using it to pull your strings. It's pure emotional manipulation, and if you don't spot it fast, you're in for a ride that'll leave you drained, guilty, and questioning yourself. Imagine we're parked at the diner, just you and me, digging into this over some fries. You've been with her a while, Things are solid. You're clicking. Then one night, you're set to hang with the boys. Poker. Beers. The usual. She looks at you, pouts a little, and says, "If you loved me, you'd stay home tonight." Hits you right in the chest. Right? Feels like she's begging for you. But hold up, that's not a request. Man, it's a guilt trip dressed up as romance. She's not saying, "I'd love some time together." She's saying, "Prove you care, or you're a jerk." Now that's a power play, and it's dangerous as hell. I've seen this one sink good guys. My buddy Dan, he's a welder. Tough exterior, soft inside. Got caught in this web. His girl would pull it constantly. If you loved me, you'd skip work drinks and come home. He'd cave, rush back after a long shift, exhausted, just to dodge her "you don't care" tears. At first, it was small, missing a game night here, a gym session there. But it grew. Man, if you loved me, you'd stop texting your buddy Mike. He did. Cut off a decade-long friendship, thinking it'd make her happy. Nope, she kept pushing. If you loved me, you'd take me out more. Dan was running ragged, dropping everything to pass her love test, only to find the finish line kept moving. Here's the raw deal. This ain't about love. It's about control. In a real relationship, you talk, "Hey, I'd love more time. Can we plan something?" That's normal. That's fair. But if you loved me, you would. That's a loaded gun. She's aiming it at your feelings, pulling the trigger to get her way. I've been there. Man, fell for it hard. Dated a girl, Tara, who wielded this like a pro. "If you loved me, you'd call me every night," she'd say. I'd juggle work, stay up late talking, thinking it showed I cared. Then it was, "If you loved me, you'd skip your weekend hike." I did. Missed out with my crew just to keep her smiling. But it never stopped. She'd find new hoops, and I'd jump, feeling like a punk if I didn't. That's the poison, fellas. It's a trap that keeps tightening. You want to prove you're in, so you give in. Starts small, feels noble, but it snowballs. Man, if you loved me, you'd quit gaming. If you loved me, you'd buy me that necklace. Before you know it, your whole life's on a leash. Friends gone, hobbies trashed, all to dodge that guilt bomb. Push back, she flips it. Guess you don't love me then. Suddenly, you're the bad guy, scrambling to fix it, when she's the one yanking the chain. That's not a partner, that's a puppet master. And you're dancing for her. I'll give you another angle. My cousin Pete. He's a chill dude, runs a food truck, loves his freedom. His ex pulled this non-stop. If you loved me, you'd close early and hang out. He'd shut down, lose cash, just to avoid the fight. Then it was, if you loved me, you'd stop joking with your waitress pal. He toned it down, killed his spark, thinking it'd prove something. But it was never enough. She'd cry, "You don't try," even when he'd bent over backwards. Took him a year to see it. She wasn't loving him. She was owning him, using his heart as leverage. Here's why it's different from the others we've talked. We're not on vague terms or ego trips now. This is her weaponizing your emotions, turning love into a bargaining chip. A real woman doesn't do that. She respects you, asks straight up, doesn't guilt you into submission. She'll say, "I need this. Can we work it out?" Not prove it or you're nothing. If she's running this game, it's not about building. It's about breaking you down till you're hers to command. So, what's the move? Don't just eat it. Call it out. Soft but firm. Next time she says it, "If you loved me," you'd hit her with, "I do love you, but I can't always drop everything. Let's talk it through. Keep it real. No yelling." If she's decent, she'll switch gears, open up. But if she doubles down, Then you don't care, and piles on the tears. That's your exit. Man, she's not after love. She's after power. Walk away? Head high. You're not her toy. Drop a comment. Fellas say, I reclaim my power. Let me see you taking it back. And if this one's ringing bells, hit that subscribe. We're keeping it raw. No games, just truth. There you go, fellas. 5 lines that should have you running like your shoes are on fire. These aren't just random words, man. They're big, bold signals shouting, danger ahead. We don't need to define this. She's keeping you on hold. Take me as I am? She's not budging. You're lucky to have me. She's looking down on you. All my exes were the problem. She's ducking blame. If you loved me, you would? She's yanking your chain. Don't sleep on these, bro. I've stuck around too long myself, thinking I could turn it around. Waste of time. She didn't change. I had to jet. Don't let that be you. Bail fast. Here's the deal. You're too damn good for this nonsense. Too many guys, solid dudes, get stuck chasing women who don't give a damn about them. Not you, not today. These phrases. They're her showing her cards. Read them and fold while you can. Step away, clear the deck, and make space for a woman who gets you. Someone who respects you, not toys with you. Real love doesn't drag you through the mud. It lifts you up, keeps it straight. I've watched friends ditch these games and land something real. You're next, man. I need you in the comments. Hit me up. Heard one of these before? Dodged it or got burned? Lay it out, fellas. Say, I'm worth it. And let me see that strength. I'm checking every single one. Might even give you a holler if it's a hell of a story. We're a crew here. Let's keep it honest. If this lit a fire under you, smash that like. It tells me I'm hitting the mark. Pass it to a buddy who's blind to the signs. Help him out. New around here? Hit subscribe. Join the team. We're dropping no BS truth to keep you sharp. No fluff. Just the real stuff. Thanks for hanging with me, fellas. You're built for better. Stay strong, and I'll see you in the next one.